through time. We're all upon a ship that flies and flies and flies and flies.
All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Trip Through Time. As time goes by, memories never die. Today's episode is set course for the Armory in Minneapolis. Today's guest was there. I'd like to formally welcome Lance, aka Rustified Clips. Thanks for being here, dude.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude. So just wanted to say, for those of you that don't know, I mean, I'm sure you do, at Rustified Clips Instagram, always putting up a nice dope clip of each show, and it's a great way to, kind of send that around to friends. And then a lot of people that don't even know Pretty Lights, I'll just send them your clips a lot, just to give them a little glimpse of something, especially friends that are more into the housey stuff or whatever. Can't tell you how many times I've done that. So yeah, dude, props on that shit. So I just want to add, how'd you get into it? Like, how'd that all start?
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Pretty much started for the same reason. The shows last year were just nuts, and for all the reasons we know, but had some people that I hadn't converted yet that I wanted to just show them like why this is so different. I think the first, and it started all on my personal Instagram. So I think I uploaded the Althea from Warfield.
Yeah, you dead fan?
Because I won't say I'm a Dead fan because I feel like I'd be posing, but I love the Dead.
Yeah, okay.
I love that they did that at the Warfield. And I got plenty of jam band friends, so I was like, check this shit out, right?
Oh yeah, right on.
So the first clip I think was that, and that blew up, and so that kept happening. I was like, oh, this is kind of fun to be able to show this around. And apparently, other people want to see these clips.
Yeah.
So I started doing that quite a bit on my personal page, and they were gaining a lot of traction. But I started to think like the people that are not my Pretty Lights friends are probably really getting annoyed with these clips. So at some point, I just decided like I'll make a personal or another page that's dedicated for this, and I'll just not feel guilty about blowing up people's timeline with all this stuff. So.
Nice. And it just like, did it kind of take off right away? Like,
yeah, kind of took off right away. I mean, it seems like there's a lot of people with the same mindset, where they want to share some highlights from shows that are standout. I think a lot of people that aren't into Pretty Lights the way we all are, they just go back and listen to the studio tracks, right? And they're like, yeah, cool. I've been listening to this for the last 15 years. What's the difference? And you just want to be able to show them some of the groundbreaking new stuff. So that was kind of the mindset, and yeah, it's just kind of blown up from there. And it's really just fun for me to do. If it starts becoming not fun for me, I'll probably just quit. But I've been inspired. Yeah, like a lot of the fans of Pretty Lights, I've been pretty inspired creatively.
Oh yeah.
So having my own little spin on some of those clips too has been fun. But I'm still trying to like keep the focus on what, those true artists are doing there too.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, did you have any like editing background or anything, or you just kind of like get?
Yeah, I've been a hobbyist for a while with video editing, going back to like college. So being able to kind of flex that with, there's footage out there to use that I don't have to go get myself. Some really cool stuff. So it's fun to have that.
Nice.
I'm sure you can relate a little bit. You make some cool edits.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I've always been like an artistic person. I've like played music and shit. And I actually got into Pretty Lights because I used to rap a bunch, and I would rap over Pretty Lights because it was like, that was in, I graduated high school like 2009. So like that was when the festival scene was like really starting to come up. And, it was just like, it was like the huge emergent like scene blow up of EDM, and like So it was cool that it was like fucking electronic beats, but still like not as like crazy dubstep. And like, you know, me and my friends were kind of at that age where you're just experimenting around with all different types of things. So it was definitely a vibe, you know. So
Perfect for that.
yeah,
Like kind of like the hip hop beat, you know?
oh, for sure. Yeah. No, it's super dope. I mean, a group of me, like of my friends, a handful of us would like, you know, record shit on GarageBand and like put out like little mixtapes and stuff. So yeah, it's cool. But yeah, so do you use like DaVinci or using like CapCut or something like that? Or
Actually, I use Video Leap for most of my editing. I don't know if you heard of that one. For a while, I was doing it on Adobe Premiere, but the workflow was taking longer than I liked, and honestly, it's nice to be able to do stuff on the go. So it's just a mobile app, you know. It's got a lot more, I think, than people realize in terms of what it can do, and it's just quick and easy. So
no, I actually almost like doing those videos that I make on my phone for some reason. It's just like, I don't know why, it's a little easier. I guess it's whatever. But you know, I do all this on the computer. So
right.
I feel like, I don't know. I didn't like, I know you said you talk about it later, but I feel like I didn't know who you were or remember seeing, because, you know, there's a big gap in time or whatever. And then obviously, you know, you have this going on, but like some people, you know, I remember a handful of randoms over the years that you either see on Facebook or see at shows and stuff like that. So yeah, sure, we'll get into that now. But so yeah, tell your pretty nice story, dude. How to start the whole thing.
Let me see. The first show I saw was Electric Forest, 2011. There was that secret set with Tim and Deitch before they had their headlining, or before his headlining set. That I think I maybe found out about Pretty Lights shortly before that. So I was like following him on Twitter and got a notification about that. That was pretty fucking cool. that secret set in the forest. And I was gonna ask you, I'm kind of bouncing this question off people. If anyone remembers that site, thissongissick.com.
Oh my! I have a story to tell you, but I do know that site. I got a story to tell you. And
that's what got me into Pretty Lights, is that blog.
Speaking of Electric Forest, you want to hear this story? So
yeah,
it's my fourth time seeing Pretty Lights, Electric Forest 2013. So Pretty Lights played the last night, and with my friends, I had a couple J's in my pocket. Totally forgot to smoke. Then I keep hearing there's rumors. Okay, Grizz is gonna play Secret Set at the Saloon. Grizz is gonna play Secret Set at the Saloon. We go to the Saloon. He wasn't playing Secret Set, but he was there. So realized I had 2 J's in my pocket. Ended up smoking some J's with Grizz, and Jeremy Salkin was over. Manic Focus was chilling, and we're with, I forget what one dude was. He was related to them, and then this guy Nick from This Song Is Sick.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you're a fan of Logic, the rapper.
Yeah, I mean,
so we were sure. Yeah, I used to be really big into like a lot of rappers back, because I was rapping and shit, and like, you know, a big, huge Mac Miller fan. But Logic was really dope. And he had this song that was on This Song Is Sick, and like that guy, I mentioned, because he said he was doing that, and I mentioned it to this guy, and then he was like telling me how every time Logic's with him in public, he's like, this is the guy that put me on, because he put his song on his site, and then it got him big. It was a song called Number.
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah, so we left, and he filmed it in Chicago too. But we left that night, and I was just like on top of the world. I was like, dude, I just saw PL. I smoked some J's with Grizz, and you know, it was amazing. It was wild. Yeah, it was awesome.
That's awesome.
Such a great time, man. Where are you? Where in Michigan are you from?
I'm in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Okay. So it's like
is that central?
Biggest city in Michigan. It's on the west side. So there's Detroit on the east side, and then
so you're not far from Rockford.
No. So I've gone to every single Electric Forest. Definitely helps that it's in my backyard.
Yeah, it's dope. So what was the first song you heard?
This Song Is Sick. I just want to mention that because I was listening to that underground rap throughout college. And then midway through college, that page started posting electronic music like Skrillex and Pretty Lights, and that was my first introduction really to that, this side of music. So I got really into electronic music ever since. So I haven't hopped off that train for a long time. So saw Pretty Lights at Electric Forest. That was amazing. And then 2013, I still remember that as being when he came to Forest again. Were you at that one?
Yeah, that's the one I was just talking about. Yeah, so that was leading up to, I think Color Map got dropped that weekend, or like right when we got back or something. Yeah, it was it was July 1st or 2nd or something, 2013, and and then of course Analog Future Tour started after that.
Yeah. So for many years, I was proud to say that was my favorite show I've ever seen. That was a standout for sure. And then, Forest was really all I was going to as far as those shows, or, festivals. So I was just waiting for Pretty Lights to come back. I didn't really get all culted out until after the hiatus, So that's probably why we didn't ever connect beforehand. I mean, he's been my favorite artist since that time. But it wasn't until post-hiatus that I've really plugged into the community and really understood, like, oh, there's way more here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a trip, though. It's like, my first show was in 2012, and in 5 years, I saw 36 shows, and then the same amount of time in between then was that I hadn't seen, like another 5 years. And it's just a trip.
It blows me away that folks like you haven't seen him that many times before.
Dude, I'm nothing.
I know, man. I know some of these numbers, but
dude, it's crazy. I mean, a lot of those, living with your parents, you can do a lot more shit. Now, I'm lucky enough I did 5 this run. I wish I could do it all the time, man. It's it never gets old. It never gets old, dude.
No, I mean, they just keep getting better. So it's like, of course you're going to have FOMO. It's like every show is.
Yeah, all I can say is thank God for the streams, dude. Jesus. Yeah. I mean, at least, because, dude, back then it was just a couple Facebook videos, some set lists, and
yeah, man,
you missed it. Like, you missed it.
I know. And like, there is something really special about watching the stream, especially live, It's a unique experience, being able to chat with friends that are watching at the same time. Like, obviously we watched live concerts before, but there's, the point cloud and the visualizer element that is.
You notice a lot more for sure. Yeah. It's like, dude, I mean, hey, we both love football, but sometimes they don't beat. Nah, I wouldn't go that far, but you know what I mean? You're seeing, when you watch a football game, you're going to see all the angles, all that, but obviously there's nothing like being.
And sometimes you lose when you watch games. You never lose.
Dude, that's okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're right. That is a big thing. That's why I'm like, if you were to put the two things, I'm like, well, Pretty Lights never really lets me down. So it's always a great time. But yeah. All right. So, so kind of touching on that before, like your music taste history leading up to Pretty Lights, was it a lot of like EDM, and then like before? So I know you touched on some of the rap, but is that kind of what got you there? A little bit of the mix of the electronic and the hip hop together, or you got anything else?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't actually. Skrillex was the reason I went to Forest that first year, and then I think after I bought tickets is when I first maybe heard my first Pretty Lights. I'm trying to think of the first song I probably heard. It was probably Finally Moving, maybe something off the 2010.
It's always like Hot Like Sauce, Finally Moving, like one of those.
I think it might have been Hot Like Sauce, Rustified, because I think that 2010 remix album might have came out shortly before I left. So
I remember that, I remember hearing that, but my friends, we all loved, we were just obsessed with the I Can See in Your Face, Horns Drop. We're just dude, that never gets old.
No.
And I show that's anytime I have people who've never heard Pretty Lights before, I'm like, go listen to I Can See.
That's what I say too. I'm like, this is the song to show someone that hasn't heard Pretty Lights.
Ballroom swing. Everything. I don't know what it is. There's you think of Great Gatsby or some shit, the ballroom swinging wah wah wah.
Yeah. Yeah. Whenever I'm in the chat and that song is played, I'm like, try not smiling right now, during this song.
Oh yeah.
You have to smile when you hear that song.
Yeah. Straight up. Too good, man. Especially when they got guests. I mean, yeah. I love that shit. All right. So
basically I was not a hardcore fan until post hiatus. I saw that Chicago show at Northern Lee Island right before the hiatus.
Oh, I wore that
was like
in honor of you right there.
I wore this in honor of you.
That's a pretty tat, though. You're not a Bulls fan, right? You're a Pistons fan.
No, but Pretty Lights almost makes me a Bulls fan.
Oh yeah, all right, right on.
Not really, but
yeah. So where are we going with that?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think I saw 5, 6 shows before the hiatus, and I've seen the rest of them, like however many now, 13, 14 since the comeback. So it's been interesting.
Yeah. So we've been to 5 shows. We've both been to 5 shows that were the same. So E-Force, 2013, Freaky Deaky 15.
Ooh,
actually I was in Nashville the night before. I went down to Nashville, went down there for a day for Halloween, and then drove back up straight to the fucking festival. And then Northern Island, 2017, night 1 and night 2. And then, unless I'm missing, you didn't go to 2016. I don't think so. I would have caught that.
No.
Nope. Okay. And then Red Rocks night 2. I only got to go to night 2.
That didn't suck.
No. It's my buddy's bachelor party. He didn't want to do both nights because of getting extra people that aren't into it. I'm like, dude, we'll pay for it. I don't care. But whatever. It was so fun. So, all right. I know this is a loaded question, but I gotta always ask. Favorite songs, and you can answer this any way you want. I kind of have categories for this. There's unreleased, there's albums, songs, there's remixes, there's new era, post hiatus songs, all that stuff. So and there's swirls. yeah. Oh, and there's specific like swirls, like I really like blah 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 from the Warfield night 3. But to reiterate, favorite songs and favorite vibes of PL music. Like, there's all the different vibes. What's one of the ones that really hit it for you?
I'll kind of start chronologically because I feel like my favorite OG studio track is High School Art Class, which sometimes feels basic because it gets played all the time. It's like saying Hot Like Sauce or Finally Moving, but I don't know, it gets me going. I get pumped every time. Plus my other buddy, I have a guy in Chicago. He's been like my go-to Pretty Lights. Like I've had friends who like Pretty Lights and then fall off a little bit. He's been my number one, and his favorite is that as well. So there's just that element of it plays and it's your boy's favorite song too. So there's that. But I'm loving all this new shit. I think of the new songs that we're pretty sure are going to be on the album. Time to Build a Home. Butterfly.
That shit's a banger, dude. And especially in minutes, even though it's short, dude. I love that. Dude, this is a journey into sound.
God, dude. Get goosebumps just thinking about it.
Yeah, dude. Oh.
And then Wake Up. And then World of the Cinema, dude. Holy
banger.
Shit.
Banger. It's the new cinema. Skrillex had the old cinema. This is the new one.
Yeah, dude.
I also love when they do the Phil Collins sample in that one.
Dude, the Red Rocks one.
They
that
did
was night 2, right?
Yeah, that was night 2. But they used Queen in there a lot. I mean, they do a lot of cool. I actually have that in my notes related, but
yeah, that Bonnaroo Sunrise when they played that for the first time. Well, the full-fledged one with Queen.
Yeah, I think that's when the Break Free first got dropped and shit. But yeah, so all good stuff. But yeah, your favorite vibe of PL? Because for me, I'll tell you right now, I do love the dark shit.
I think I listened to one of your other podcasts where you mentioned that, and I find it interesting because other people feel that way. I don't know if you know Millie, but she calls it depressy light.
I mean, but even like it's depressed, but it's also like, and it's got pain but it's also like, I don't know. It may be a lame term, but I call it like that I'm him shit. It's just like, motherfucker, like, I'm about to like him in the gym or like, you got some fucking feelings, but you're like,
oh, so you mean like dark as in like heavy and beefy?
Yeah. But also so not like sad, not like,
okay. That's what I thought you meant.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of an example, but like for me, I really like like the Hot Rocks when that first came out, like the 2 different ones that Mission, Ballroom, and Dylan. I was like, yo, and like I mean, Hot Like Dimes, but like especially a lot of that new stuff, dude. I mean that um expanding perspective, like the butterfly shit, fucking any like hip hop, like kind of just like shit. I don't know.
I feel like that crosses over with like psychedelic.
For
and that's
sure,
my
yeah.
shit. So like hard psychedelic. That's my favorite CL vibe.
Yeah, like even especially Road to the Stars, like fucking that those like just, and dude, especially the we'll touch on it later, but the new whistle they dropped in Augustine, it kind of has like, and like the outer spacey stuff too. I really kind of like the almost like spaceship hovering fucking lightsaber, like vroom, vroom, vroom. Like dude, so dope. Yeah, like little jet rider, fucking Desert Storm. I don't know, just like there's so much cool shit. But so for you, that's a good,
I would say the stuff. Psychedelic stuff is my favorite because I'm one of those people. I feel like there's more of us that don't interpret lyrics a whole lot during songs. I'm more of an instrumental kind of guy, so like they could be talking about anything. I mean, I go back and interpret the lyrics after the fact, but like in the moment, I'm not really listening to what they're saying.
I'm with you. That's why I like it, because it's more. I feel like you're more connected with the music rather than. Right. And don't get me wrong, I especially feel like at shows where people are singing all the time, the whole crowd is just focused on singing instead of really listening.
Right.
So to me, and again, I really like. I mean, I like to dance. I like to get down to the show. So I'm like, I feel the beat in the music. I don't know. It's yeah. That's just.
I gotta say too, though, the biggest surprise from the comeback has been House Lights, because I know I have gotten really into house music prior to that, and so the timing was just like, fuck yeah, because I think they're making better house music than anyone.
I know, for real, and that's what's cool, that I can like. The people, because house music sounds so big, dude, and especially like out here in San Diego, the music scene's kind of weird here. Like I love living here, but like in terms of just like, it's not. It's just, I miss the Midwest music scene a lot, and I think even up north in like San Francisco, it's cool, but like down here, you're just, it's just, I don't know, it's very like everyone loves like mainstream stuff, especially like the mainstream country stuff, and they all love like the house, like the popular like Fisher and fucking, I don't even know whatever all these dudes are, but yeah, and so I like to be able to show them that stuff. So back to Rustified Clips, shout out to you. It's a nice easy thing that I just like being like, boom, send to people and like, oh fuck, because again, I got tons of friends that don't like Pretty Lights because they're like, this shit's hippie shit, and now I'm like, dude, look, they keep doing all this cool stuff. So yeah, definitely the biggest surprise, I'd say. So aside from the music we know we all love, what do you love about being a fan of Pretty Lights? Like, take the music out of it. What is the part or the parts to you that keep you invested in this lifestyle and community?
Oh man, well, it feels a little bit I don't know what the word is, cliche, I guess, but the community, man, it's like unlike anything. So I was in the Facebook group pretty early on, once the comeback happened, maybe even beforehand, but I wasn't active in there. But once you get obsessed with this shit, you just need to gut to someone else who gets it, and that was a good place. And then I found out about the Discord, got involved there near the end of last tour, actually. I've been in there for a while, but like a lot of us old people, it was a very confusing platform. So I was a lurker for a long time, and then started talking to people in there, and that's an awesome platform too. I've connected with a lot of cool people there. And it's just that, everyone, there's just a love there that chosen family stuff, and then you meet these people in real life, and it's like you already have this connection that's completely unique. And you're getting to see your absolute favorite obsession with other people who have the exact same thing. There's not any convincing people of stuff, But yeah, I mean, again, cliche, but the community is the best part about Pretty Lights, in my opinion. Outside of the music, that
I mean, I guess I could have even like to make it harder. I could have even said take that out of it too. But
yeah,
like,
take that out of it, and then maybe I'll be stumped.
if I want to tell you, well, I mean, obviously love that, like love all the friends and stuff. But, like, I mean, for me, like one thing, and not saying this is just one thing I think about that I love about it. It's like aside from the music, I just love traveling. Like I love how many places Pretty Lights has taken me, dude. I love that. Like when I was younger, you know, I fucking like was. I don't know, dude. I didn't really go to college. I kind of didn't have my shit. I mean, I still kind of don't have my biggest shit figured out. But you know, when I was a late mature person, so like Pretty Lights kind of gave me this like sense of like not only community but like, you know, just relentless like drive to like be able to like, hey, I want to go do these things. I want to fucking get myself out there. I want to work. I want to fucking, you know, do what I can to travel and explore and see these places. I mean, dude, and it keeps happening, dude. Like Lake Tahoe, like, dude, like that's one of the most beautiful places I've been. And like I've seen some cool fucking places. And I think I don't know what really beats that. I mean, it was just, there's so much cool shit. Like that weekend was incredible. But yeah, that's what I love about Pretty Lights. It's not like connecting with people, but along the way, you make some great fucking memories and you really go to some awesome fucking places. And it's just, it's the whole package, dude. It's the whole package of it.
It aligns with kind of what I've always liked about planning my own vacations is like, I like to go for an event and then just build the vacation out of that, or, you know, seeing a new place, rather than just go there and figure out stuff to do. I like to have a central thing that I'm going there for. And then I agree, man. It's been really cool to see some new places. Like I went to New Orleans for the first time last year. I've been to Chicago several times, but it feels like my second home, so it's fun to go there. And then Minneapolis, basically my first time there. And Red Rocks, I'd been there to see Grizz and someone else back in the day, but I'd never seen Pretty Lights at Red Rocks.
TL shows are different at Red Rocks.
That was way different, man. That was unforgettable. I mean, every Pretty Lights show is pretty unforgettable, but that one.
I forgot how great that venue is, dude. It was 10 years since I've been there.
Oh shit! Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so 13, 14, and then 15, 16, I hit Telluride. So I was like, well, I just did 2 years Red Rocks, so I'll go do that. And then didn't go back. And then this, you know, I kind of just forgot how fucking special and awesome that place is. But yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, back to what you just said. I didn't even think about that because, like, yeah, when you travel for other things, like, it's like, okay, you gotta have to like kind of build up this itinerary. But when you're going to see Pretty Lights, it's like, all right, where am I staying? Where's the venue? All right, I'm gonna hop around the area and see what's up. And then you just like, that's the perfect way to like take on a city, dude.
Yeah,
and that's what I love about shows versus like festivals or even like camping events. I mean, that's cool and all. And it's cool for everyone's in the same place, but like, you know, going up to San Francisco is just a great time. Like it's
dude. New Orleans was my first time ever having that feeling of like the whole city is there for the same reason, and it's your like obsession. Like it was so cool to go walk around the streets and just Pretty Lights fans everywhere.
New Orleans is, and that's such a special city, dude.
Yeah, that was incredible. And not only that, but the Lions were playing the Saints there that weekend. And so it was like I had my Lions fans and Pretty Lights fans all in the same city for the whole weekend. Wow. Fucking awesome.
So did they play Sunday? And so did you go? Was it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or was it Thursday? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I have some regrets about that weekend, mainly not going the last day of the weekend. Someone in our group had to go back. Yeah.
Damn, you missed the fucking horns, right?
I know.
Oof. Yeah, shit. Okay, well, before we get into that, let me just say, speaking of football, I hope I experienced this one day, but watching Pretty Lights and then your team beat the Packers in the same night has to be an incredible feeling that I can only hope and wish for. I mean,
I couldn't, honestly, I was thinking about that in the moment. I'm like, I can't believe I'm watching this shit. The best, I mean, as a Lions fan, we're still not used to them being a good team. It's very surreal in general. But them playing on Thursday night, prime time, beating the Packers in that fashion. I mean, they probably kicked that field goal on a drop. I couldn't even.
Yeah.
Like a pretty like up or something.
Yeah. Straight up. It's like, oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, well, let's get into it, dude. Minnesota, Minneapolis, the Armory. Let it out, man. How was it? How was the experience?
Well, okay, so prior to this, I think Salt Shed was my favorite show ever. That was the first show back from hiatus that I went to. The Salt Shed's an insane venue. I don't know if you've been there, but
No, I mean, I've moved. Chicago. There's a lot of new venues there since I left. So and I didn't get to go. I got married last year, so I could only hit the Warfield.
okay. Well,
but yeah, I mean, my buddies were all there. I mean, I've heard amazing things, dude. I've heard that there's like even TVs and sound in the restroom. So if you're not missing the show if you go to the restroom or something,
awesome.
and they don't kick you out right after. Like the bars are still open inside or something like that. Like you can go in and out. It sounds like just the best.
It was an incredible experience, and we were in the grandstands in the back. So I'm not a rail rider much. I've done it a couple times, but I like to get the full chart. And we had like the front row in the grandstand for the first night, which that was just all we were able to get when they went on sale. Anyway, so I'm talking about Chicago a lot, but that was my baseline, you know. So that was a great experience. And then that was my new favorite indoor venue ever. And then I saw pictures of the Armory after the last tour got announced, and I was like, holy shit, this might be the new Salt Shed. And long story short, that was correct. Except for I think it was better somehow.
Wow. Damn.
So
that's awesome.
Venue, I don't know if this is every Pretty Lights fan. This is new to me, where I'm becoming a venue like critic and snob almost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like New Orleans, for example, I didn't love that venue. It's a common opinion. It kind of took away from the experience a little bit. But Minneapolis is incredible. So
how about the city, man? How is I know Derek mentioned good weather on one day, but were you downtown?
We got an Airbnb that was like maybe less than 5 minutes walk from the venue. So that experience alone is so nice. Especially because the crew I was with, and I'll include myself with this. We're pregame until it's last minute to go.
Well, they take longer nowadays though. So I'm like, it's shows start late. So
we had VIP, so we still got in there way early. Yeah, we wanted to still take advantage of the early entry, but we weren't lining up early in the day or anything. But weather was a little bit chilly, but because of that short walk, I mean, it was great, especially when you're all sweaty afterwards and got to walk home. Nice.
It's cold up there, dude. Fucking, yeah. I went there. Sorry, I just hit a blunt. My brother-in-law's bachelor party's up there in September, and I like that living in Chicago like that. I can notice the difference. And I'm like, dude.
Yeah, I mean, people were freaking out about how cold it was going to be, but I don't think it had any. I don't think it compared to what they were dealing with in Boston. I think Boston was pretty chilly.
Oh shit! Damn.
So it was great.
Yeah, good food, good bars.
Food was good. You know what? I'm not going to be very interesting on the city and what it had to offer because we did a bad job of exploring that weekend. I'll be honest. The focus was so much on the venue, but also, I don't know if anyone else has told you, the venue was kind of in this weird like financial district of Minneapolis. So there wasn't a lot to check out in the close proximity. And because our Airbnb was so close, we were just so tempted to just go back there and chill and watch the streams and do that thing. So
I'm with you though. I'm not a don't know how old you are, but I'm past those. I can't do that artist, dude.
Oh no, I'm 34. We bought after party tickets for the first night, and didn't make it.
Yeah, at the MGM for Vegas, I was in the MGM signature, so I'm like, man, no way, I'm leaving. Like, you know?
I think if you decide to go back home after a show, it's very tough to at least pull our whole crew out. I could be convinced sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I like just hanging out, talking. I mean, I'm still up late.
Exactly.
I
just want to
like to post. I like
debrief.
to post show hang. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just fucking kick it, crack jokes, laugh.
Yeah. We're the same that way.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so yeah, let's go into it, dude. Yeah, all right. So I'll start off. Great. The first show was great. You had 4 out of the 8 songs played were from Glowing in the Darkest Night. Just so and then on top of that, I think another EP track, and then 2 more from Blowing Up the City Skies or whatever. But yeah, for me, that's a standout, and then closing with B-Rock.
Well, B-Rock. So I think one of the only big requests I had, or there's 2 big requests that I made officially.
Oh yeah, you submitted. All right, cool. Yeah, what'd you have?
It was Butterfly and Stepping Out.
Oh, and they teased it in there.
Yeah, inside it. So I was freaking the fuck out.
That's awesome, dude.
I was like, thank you, Derek. I see you that nod, or at least I'm gonna say it was.
Dude, yeah. So okay, this sequence that I have right here. All right, you got the Can't Stop Me Now with the Road to Zion, fucking Damian Marley. Fucking
dude,
the Road to Zion, man. Oh, dude.
A lot of nostalgia with the Damian Marley had a big part of my life growing up.
Oh hell yeah, dude! The Distant Relatives album with Nas, fucking dope album. So you got that. Can't Stop Me Now with that going on into Butterfly, which you requested, with the fucking Stepping Out little thing in there, and then
That's So Bright was pretty fucking beefy too. I don't know if you remember.
I actually have that in here too. That's one of my favorite Pretty Lights. I like the dark shit, that was
epitome of dark Pretty Lights right there. I feel like.
Yeah, straight up. That's literally my favorite album song.
I'm with you there.
Serious. I also love Color Map, but so then into the Up and Down I Go. Always good. Always switching it up. Obviously, it is getting played a lot, but they do always throw some crazy shit in there.
Yeah, I mean that's when I get excited about Housewives. I start hearing Up and Down. Sorry, cut you off.
No, you're good. You go for it. Hey, dude. Well, by all means, energize.
Up and Down I Go definitely was a highlight. The others that they mixed in that Dancing by Cascade, which is, I think they played it a little bit at Red Rock, but it was kind of like, I don't know if muffled is the right word, but there were some other tracks that they're
distorted or something.
It just didn't hit as hard as it did at the Armory. Like, it was just cleaner. And maybe that's, I was a little bit closer to the stage. I have a lot of fam that likes to ride the rail. I don't like to be on the rail necessarily, but that first night I was pretty close to them up there. And the bass up there is nuts. The music, or the sound at Armory was perfect. I mean, I've never witnessed a big rig that clean before.
Wow, nice. Yeah, indoors it's always Armory, or I'm sorry, the Warfield was good for me but I heard if you were down low it was bad. But I was on the upper balcony, and then on the second night we were able to get right up into the front section.
I want to talk to you about Warfield.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Put a pin in that.
Well, I mean, hey, so do it now. We'll get back to it.
No, it's fine. That was one of my favorite stops too from the couch.
Yeah, that was definitely. It's still in. I mean, I got
it's
thing
up
right there. You get this
that poster too.
Yeah, no, that's definitely one of my. I mean, that was my first shows back. Only ones I hit on that tour. Like I said, I got married this past April.
Congrats, by the way. No, it's a little belated, but
no, yeah, thanks, man. So, but when Pretty Lights stopped, I got really into seeing Dead and Company, dude. I mean, I saw him every summer. I saw him at the Sphere out in Vegas.
Dope.
Yeah, dude.
You see they announced the new tour?
Yeah, we're definitely, my buddy's birthday is in April. I just don't know. We might just have to see what's spring schedule going on. I mean, we got.
You have to let me know if you end up getting tickets. I'm trying to go there this year too.
I mean, you should definitely come. I mean, see some podcasts out there, shit, dude. I mean, I'm telling you, the sphere is nuts. I mean, and I went in, so I actually saw Fish there too. We went on our honeymoon. We went to Vegas for 2 nights. Saw Fish the first night there. I never seen Fish before. It was cool, but at that time we were like 100 levels, a little bit of obstructive view, but we went back for fucking Dead and Co. and we were upper 400 Dead Center. Amazing. I left there saying it's the best venue in the world. I take that back. I went back to Red Rocks for the first time in 10 years. I'm like, that was cool and all, but it doesn't like it.
That damn recency bias.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's cool, dude. It's crazy next level. Like the shit in the lobby there is nuts. Like, there's like these. I don't want.
I can't wait to see it.
It's nuts. Everyone has to experience it, but there is some stuff that isn't. It takes some of the elements of going to shows out of, like, for instance.
But tell me this. I feel like the one thing that's missing from that is like there's so much screen that it's always bright in there. It seems like.
I mean,
is that true?
It's not.
The videos
not really.
Okay.
I mean, it can get bright, sure, but it gets dark too. I mean, they were like flying through space and a bunch of times.
I feel like that's such a good part of shows is like when it's dark.
Well, here's the things. No one's watching the band, which,
right.
I mean, sometimes they do show a shot. They take like an up close shot of them and put it on the stream with stuff, but like hardly anyone's watching the band. Second off, you can't, it's like a movie theater, dude, or like an opera. You can't move around. Like they're very strict on seating. So it doesn't have like that. Like any jam band show you go to like that, like you may be in a section, but no one's keeping track. Everyone wants to be by their friends. It's like chill. And on top of that, the outdoor stuff, I'm not going to get too into it. There's some stuff with, they don't really have like a shakedown area. And then like everything seemed okay. And then these cops came over. I was doing nothing wrong, but he just thought I was doing something. And then like they basically said we were banned from the show or the venue. And like, we got in, but it was really weird. I'll tell you in more detail later, but
okay.
Yeah, it's a story for another time, but yeah, just a lot of crazy stuff. But
yeah.
So just like that, again, it's very cool and stuff, but in terms of like, what, real music is, and like, again, there's just, there's nothing like being outside and natural place. I don't know. But again, it's crazy. It's awesome. Definitely check it out. So yeah, I digress. Holy shit, tangent. Great. So Dead and Company, Grateful Dead. I started getting into them, and I went pretty stopped. So that was like what took it over, like replaced it for me. So then, fast forward, Pretty Lights comes back and go to Warfield, and night one they walk off, they play Piano Man to close, and then they hit the fucking play button. And it's like Ripple. I'm pretty sure from Grateful Dead, and then the next night first thing they do is Althea. And I lost my shit. That fucking night was incredible. And that's when I was really close. I was like on that upper thing, like just, there's like 3 rows of seats there. It was just perfect fucking view. 2 buddies, just people I've been seeing pretty much for a minute. All 3 of us are from Chicago. All live out here now. And dude, and then they do, and that's the thing about the streams, like you're saying, you do notice more stuff. Some of the stuff, I'll be honest, I did not notice right away. But when I did catch it later, I was like, holy shit. But, I did notice that they did the Dark Star on night 2, the second set. What I didn't notice, which is crazy that this happened, was, and it's one of my favorite things, they go from, it's Lost Sailor, but there's this song that same album as Althea called Go to Heaven, and it's one of their 80s albums. There's a song called Lost Sailor. And it's like they do that and slow it down a little bit or speed up a little bit, and they do that, and it's a great crossover between those two. And then they go into Free Stomp after that, and they tie it back in again, that same little tune.
So fucking cool the way they do that shit. And it works so well.
Dude, crazy. And like, that's not even, I don't think a lot of people caught that. I didn't. Yeah. And the whole, yeah.
But like I said, I'm not a hardcore Deadhead. I'd love to be, but too much Pretty Lights
I like it. There's still a lot to it. I'm way deeper on Pretty Lights. I still love the Dead for what they are, but a part of it is like hypothetically, let's just say Pretty Lights plays to the point of Derek passing, and then other people who are involved continue doing the same like project.
Yeah.
And like that would be amazing. Like I just hope this music is timeless, like the Grateful Dead. Like, cause it's the fact that a kid who was born 4 years before Jerry Garcia passed away and like is still seeing like band members of them, like it's fucking amazing. And like, so if that happens, that'd be cool. But like, we would be able to say like, you know, a lot of pretentious people like, oh, have you ever seen Jerry? It's like, do I look like I've ever seen Jerry? No, I still appreciate it. And I hate when people are like very like all that. Like, I don't know. I don't care if anyone loves Pretty Lights. I want people to like Pretty Lights. I want them to show them.
Oh yeah.
Like, fuck yeah. Whereas like, you know, it's to me, yeah, like that would be like us. Like,
I don't fuck with the pretentious. I'm a bigger fan.
And that would be like
stuff.
That would be like us being like, oh, you didn't see him before hiatus. Oh, you know, like
exactly.
You know,
yeah, I have some friends that discovered him last year, and now they're like as big a fan as I am, and I'm like, fuck yeah, that's amazing.
And I want
you
that. Yeah. So yeah, and then then they did on the third night they did Try to Remember with Eyes of the World, which and now we'll get back to it. I just want to say this thing was crazy. They did this at like every weekend of it, and I went to the house. You know, I know what it looks like. I mean, it's very famous, obviously, but 710 Astory, where the Grateful Dead lived in San Francisco. They start the show out like there at the house, and you slowly go up, and you're just going over San Francisco. You can see the Golden Gate Bridge, Oakland Bridge, and I'm a geography. I love maps and shit. I'm really weird with it, so I'm just like
okay.
I geek out on that stuff. Like I'll get bored and I just like look at like cities and shit, and like I don't know. So I'm geeking out on that stuff, and then they're playing Eyes of the World, and we get so high that it, you know, we're looking at the Earth, and we go in outer space, and just like. And then crazy, and then they end the show, and they slowly sink you right back down. It's a fucking trip. And
this is at the Sphere or Warfield?
Yeah, this is the Sphere. Sorry, this is Sphere stuff.
Okay,
because we went over.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I don't
remember that.
Sorry, no, my bad. I was just saying.
You're good. That's fucking awesome.
No, yeah, that's what I was saying. I was gonna switch because the Pretty Lights sampled. Sorry, I totally.
You're good, man.
I swirled the conversation too quick there. I was talking about Eyes of the World in Try to Remember, and then that made me think of when the Dead Company was playing Eyes of the World when I was like, you know, just crazy visuals, but whatever. I digress. So yeah, those shows are incredible. And then after that, for me, I don't know, they keep going up. So like before the hiatus, I'd say my favorite was like probably Red Rocks with like the symphony and stuff like that. A couple others in there, but it was Warfield. And then I go to Red Rocks only night one. I feel like I can't put that in I feel like you have to be at the whole thing to count it as like a, you know. So then Tahoe is incredible. Definitely some of my tops. But then Vegas was just, night one was really special for me. And then night two, that was just a crazy thing to be at. Like, I don't know. I couldn't even put into words.
Vegas night two is still in the running for my favorite show this tour.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm like, I said this when we had Pretty Nights on, I'm not like, if I'm going to die tomorrow and they're like, hey, you're going to see Pretty, like, you know, one last set of Pretty Lights. What do you want? I'm definitely not picking that, but I was really happy I was there. And it was fun. It was a party. It was great. But like, you know, I really like like I said, the dark stuff and the jammy stuff, like Dionysus, like stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that's the only thing that's maybe lacking a little bit this tour is more of the jam band stuff that I was getting real pumped about last tour.
Yeah, that's what I really miss about Analog Future. I mean, I've requested a bunch of shit. I don't think it could possibly come back, but like I have a lot of like jams from that era that I really fucking love. I mean, some really cool, like just those breaks and jams were so dope. Athena is one of my favorite, but yeah. All right, dude. Yeah, sorry. Let's get back to it. So night one, yeah, they close out with the Let Them Know It's Time to Go after the.
Oh yeah, dude. And welcome to the Hot Stepper. Here Comes the Hot Stepper. They played that in Vegas, which was fucking awesome.
We'll get to later, but you got that still night that we got in Vegas too.
Yeah. I was so pumped. They played like the two songs that I was like freaking the fuck out for Vegas.
Okay, wow. And we'll get to this too. But all right, so let's get to night two.
Night two.
I guess you touched on that you were kind of just chilling in the area most of the weekend. So, you know, other than pre-show activities.
Yeah, I don't have anything too interesting. I was going to go to there was a Madhouse pre-show. And I'll say this, I've heard how amazing that was. You know, a lot of regrets not going to that. People said it was just awesome. Like all the openers. Yeah, it was pre-show. I think she ended right as like the VIP was able to go in.
I mean, I guess that fits my lifestyle better.
Yeah, it does. It does, right? I should have been there.
Whatever you got to say about night 2, go for it.
Night 2 was incredible. I marked a couple of my highlights. There was the party for the fight to right, matched up like Minnesota and Charles first with Atmosphere and Beastie Boys. That shit was dope. That Minnesota Charles remix is like been one of my favorite songs forever. I was a big Charles First fan. That was the first song that I heard by him, so I heard that immediately. And I'm totally one of those people who hears like the little notes of a song coming in, and I have to tell everyone around me what's coming.
Oh, same. Hell yeah. You hear that little shit on it. Have you ever played music in your life?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I played a number
of
of
cool.
instruments. And I produced music. So.
Okay, so that's I feel like people who because I can kind of tell that shit too, because I mean, I played like guitar and bass and shit. I was like jam, like I mean, I'm not amazing by any means, but I play in key. I know how to like find a key and like play in scale notes and stuff like that. So it's just like I kind of, and that's another thing I do. I'll like play just bass or guitar over like a pretty like track, just fucking around. That's all I do is like backing tracks and shit. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, keep going.
There's that. They played.
So they open up the second set. I think I have here as.
Yeah, let me pull up my set list here. I don't want to miss anything. There was a lot that night too. Total Fascination is one of my favorite songs, so pumped we got that.
That big L sample in there though. I love that how it kind of gets like dirty and like
yeah, dude.
Like and then they got that fucking put it on or whatever fucking I don't know. It's super fresh, dude. I love when they do the hip hop sample with the dark shit, dude.
Okay.
But yeah, another standout for me, Forever Lost, My Only Hope, little thing. Love Forever Lost. I feel like My Only Hope's kind of
yeah, that Cold Feeling was up there.
And at the end I call it Slowed Feeling.
What feeling?
Slowed Feeling, because they slowed it the fuck down.
Oh yeah, dude, it was fucking sick.
Yeah.
There was a lot of me going, fuck, what are they doing?
Dude, it was bum 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 dun bum bum bum. Dude, fucking yeah. You know what? I just want to say, Minnesota, like, that's the thing we gotta like think about in the future when you're picking tour stops. Like, look, great music cities. You got obviously New York, Chicago, fucking New Orleans. Even in Tennessee, you go to Minnesota, the music there is so specific because there isn't so much shit out of there.
It's just Prince and Atmosphere.
Bob Dylan.
Oh yeah, Bob Dylan. That's right.
And then I mean, and yeah, that's the main three. But like, I don't know. I think it's just kind of like next time they play Detroit, that's probably gonna be some sick shit, dude.
Yeah. I'm hoping they got a stop there next year.
And I need one in San Diego, dude. I fucking need one down here.
Right. It's got to be on their radar. They definitely need more.
I saw Phil in Tahoe, and I saw him. I'm like, dude, you guys gotta come here. There's this crazy venue. I don't know if they could like, if it's maybe too big, but it's new and it's on the water. It's like called the Rady Shell. It's beautiful. When you get the chance, look it up. But either way, I just need to see him in San Diego. It'd be so dope.
Oh man, the fam in San Diego would just be its own thing, and that's awesome. That place, yeah, I love that city.
Oh yeah, great. When did you come here?
My sister lived there for 3 or 4 years, so I visited 2 or 3 times. Got to explore. And
did you go on PB?
What's that?
Did you go to PB, Pacific Beach?
Probably. I don't really remember. It's been a long time, so I honestly don't remember a lot of what I visited. But I judge by a city by its vibes, and I kind of like the vibes there. It didn't feel too California to me, but it had a lot of the
dude. It's definitely different. It's not LA and it's not San Francisco. Right. It's very it's a military town. It's very chill. Not a lot of like the same California stuff you get. Like LA. It's
kind of spread out.
Yeah, I mean, dude, and there's so much different like landscapes and shit to do out here. I mean, there's mountain, desert, beach. I mean, I can even fucking hike and see snow at some points in the wintertime. All right, well, yeah, so I got fucking, yeah, they did the quote, the slow down cold feeling, then that double love close for the first set.
Yeah, that double love, I gotta say, it sounded very tribey to me, which one of my friends that was with me, she's a huge Tribe fan. And I was just like, this sounds extremely tribey, right? Yeah, because I wouldn't be confident saying that myself. I've seen them several times at fest, but she agreed, and I thought that was pretty dope. That hasn't been played that many times anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna show that to my wife now. She loves Sound Tribe.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right. Second set, open up with that Fight to Right, Party for the Fight to Right, and then, dude, How We Do, another dark kind of hip hop one that I love. They do a flip at the end of that. I don't know. I feel like they've been doing it very quickly every time they've been playing that song. They've really gone in on it, so that's kind of like nice to hear.
I can't remember. Was that the set that they teased the Elmo dancing on the moon?
I think that was.
Or was
You guys
that
get a
same-
Rainbow Connection out there? Or, 'cause I think they do.
I'm forgetting. Either way,
Yeah.
I love.
Yeah. I mean,
How We Do. I always get excited that might happen again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. To be walking on the moon.
Yeah.
Dude. I used to love it too when they did the remix like that, and the horns too when they had like the, future like bum 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 bum.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking fire. All right, but yeah, I don't know. Purple Lamborghini, drank whatever, rain, whatever, dude. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I had it. I just wrote down. I was just doing it quick. I wrote down
Purple Lambo rain
but
drink.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
That was
so good.
Standout. That was a standout, and they ended it with one of my favorite house songs, "Disciples." They don't know.
I'm not familiar, but in that song you're saying they closed it out with?
Yeah, it was. I feel like it was the second half. It was a long twirl, right?
Yeah.
9 minutes or so. You'd recognize it because it's like they think I'm being on it, but they don't know. Yeah, whatever.
I mean, a lot of I don't know too much.
I haven't heard that in a long time, so that was a standout.
That's my buddy Sipon, who does, helps me run this sometimes on here with me. He's big on, he knows all the house stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it sounds great to me. And I mean, I love all music and shit. I just think, that's what I love about Pretty Lights. It kind of,
You get everything, man.
yeah. And then, so you got I think it goes Purple Lambo, Head Nod, Satisfaction on the end. And then,
love that.
Yeah. And
Also, we might have skipped over fucking Biggest Law.
Oh shit, yeah.
I mean, I only just discovered that rarity like months ago, which I'm like, am I even fam? I wasn't even aware of Biggest Law, but I got obsessed. I'm like, they need to bring this shit back. And then that was really special hearing it there.
There's a lot. I mean, dude, there's still some stuff that I've like forgotten about, or even there's stuff.
A lot.
I mean, it's not like everyone has their little, the little stuff they like, and I know everyone has it. To be honest, there's some songs you kind of just don't really listen to them much, and then sometimes it's played, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, that's this or whatever. But
exactly, when a discography gets that big.
All right, so Head Nod, and then Finally Moving, and it's crazy they haven't played that since Red Rocks.
That is crazy.
I love it though. I love the song. Don't get me wrong, but I just like. And in the past, it was like this a bit. I just love how again, they're so dialed into the set list and the presentations and stuff like that. And I love when things are held back, and when they come back in certain moments, they're like so fucking dope and special. But there's times in the past where like, okay, here it comes, finally moving, or like, it's over. Just kind of that's what I don't know. I'm just like I've said before, I'm a deep cut guy. I kind of like that stuff. So I still love when songs are fucking in their, at the end of the day, love them. And like I love when they change them up. Like, some of the I Know the Truths they've done, like slow down hip hop stuff. I'm like, yes, let's go. But like, that's just, I don't know. I really like I don't know, when you get those wow moments for sure. So yeah, same thing, just chilled after night 3.
After night 2,
sorry,
yeah,
night 2. Yeah.
yeah, pretty similar. I don't even think we bothered trying to go to the afters that night. Yeah, I mean, I like you said, it's fun to go back and still play cards. The boys got the streams up pretty fucking fast, so it's really that's unique in and of itself. Like, what other shows before this could you go to it and go home and rewatch it? Like, I don't know, it's the best thing ever.
All right, so night 3. I'm gonna just say this right now. I think this is the best night in a hall. I mean, all caps.
My favorite.
Night.
It's my favorite. I think of the tour, although there's some contenders.
Yeah, it's tough, but just opening up, fly away another day into Sunday school, kind of just back to back Biggie. Yeah, and like I said, like that, kind of my vibe for PL.
Oh yeah. Then City of One. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's my next one.
I've been chasing that one, so I was pretty pumped about that.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites. And the ethereal thing going on with it, and then I think it went right to Shortcut Detour, and then Pop Quiz. So funny fact, shout out Pretty Nice Sight. Just was curious. Last time that was played was the last time Pretty Lights played in San Diego at Selma.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, 2 days shy of 8 years. It was last played on November 12th of 2016. 2 days shy of 8 years.
I mean, there was a lot of comeback song-wise for Minneapolis.
Yeah. It's crazy. Another thing, and you said high school art class before, and I feel like that was kind of one of those songs in the past that got played a lot. I'm way back on it again because I think they make it so fresh and it's so good. It's just so fire. But they did a lot of cool shit in there. But Into Digital is
dude, that combo was amazing.
I've been wanting that forever. And Chris told me when we talked again, like, because he talked about how he started working with T-Waku on their team about like using the statistics.
Yeah, throwing the stats in the.
And then they did that, and then he told me that they were supposed to do it in Vegas, and they just didn't have it. Like the song wasn't ready or whatever. And I've been like fucking chasing that, and I was there, so just missed it. Whatever. I'm happy there's another recording, but it was that was just an awesome moment.
Oh my god, yeah, it was fucking awesome. So he's like, I didn't even name it. You guys did. Digital. I don't know.
I know. I love that, dude. Yeah, because like that's kind of like what we were talking about before, like kind of that psychedelic and like darker outer space.
Oh, dude, it was fucking sick. And that's when they brought in the reverse laser. What are we calling that, by the way? Reverse laser?
I don't know.
I'm calling it.
Yeah, I
they
like
brought
it.
in for that song. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, man. They're always switching everything up, including the shows, dude. Or I mean, the light shows, obviously.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, and then Sun Spreads Their Minds obviously always goes hard, and How Can You Lose to Close? Another dark, Pretty Lights one.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we're on the same page there. That's my favorite hit.
We saw it debuted at Red Rocks. Fucking been obviously on the fucking EP. It's fucking great. So, so sidebar. This is my third time trying to do one of these. Thank you for doing this. So,
of course, man.
The first one I got a little too drunk on. I don't know, but stupid, dude. So stupid.
Yeah.
I actually taking a long break. Yeah, I'm taking a long break from booze actually. But yeah, whatever. I think it all worked out because I think this is, going good. But I that song, I just like, I think it's a lot about like death and stuff. And like, I actually posted a clip of the podcast I was recording.
I saw that.
Yeah. So that girl on there, she was Kelsey. She was like saying, I don't know, she had a vibe to it. She was just, I think it's just how it made her feel. But I was like, I think it's about this. So I posted, and this other guy, he was like, hey, yeah, he's like, I think so too, but I think it's more about his addiction. Like, and I'm like, I don't know what's really going on there, but the angels of death are around me. I feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Maybe it's about like, the angels of death are close. So you keep doing this, things are gonna go bad.
So I remember seeing that clip, and then in Boston, I feel like he got on the mic and kind of confirmed that, right?
I don't know. I mean, I might have.
Maybe he didn't, but it seems like it was going with the theme of what he was doing. I think you're right. I'm with you.
Yeah, I mean, and it's again, I'm glad that that guy said that to me because I'm like, oh yeah, obviously. I just thought, you know, in general, okay, it's definitely about death, but I, you know, more specifically, like, hey, you know, yeah, it's the trip. That's really cool, though. Really cool. So then, yeah, where are you going? I think they opened up with, and then that YNDIO. Do you know what that stands for?
No, man. Nobody knows, I don't think.
Okay, I didn't.
There's a lot of
Right.
wrong answer only type responses when you ask people.
Straight up, but dude, I really like that one. It's like really hip hoppy, and that was really.
Oh, I love it too. It's got mixed opinions in the Discord, but I fuck with that one.
Oh, it's fire, dude. Then in San Francisco, I'm pretty sure, and I was like, it's crazy. I was like talking about not like even like Journey that much, but I was just thinking before, and I'm like, oh, Journey's from San Francisco, and then they had like I just always thought it'd be cool if they did like, because Pretty Lights, when the lights go down in the city, and like they actually, if you go back and listen, there's like little like fucking samples of like,
Really?
it's like in my
In
city.
India?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's
Wow.
it's.
I'm gonna
let
listen
me
to
just
that
look.
after reading it.
Yeah, I'm almost positive that's the song. Is it Yindio, or people calling it that?
I think that's what I'm gonna call it. Indio or Yendio. Is it a soft one?
So Wake Up, that hits home for you, then Althea, and yeah, just
Warfield had some of the best visualizers too, man. At least on the stream. Probably was in person too.
when they do like for public transportation, or like they had the houses,
Yeah.
famous San Francisco houses.
Outline of it in the point cloud or whatever.
Exactly. Then that sound check jam. I don't know why they're calling it, but that like a lot of atmosphere going on there. You guys got so much different atmosphere thrown in.
That shit was amazing.
But I mean, one standout for me right here. World of Cinema, tons of awesome samples in there. Lil Wayne, Queen, great song.
The message resonates a lot too. Like I like what it says in that song. You know.
Yeah.
Just about your life, you can do whatever you want with it.
Straight up.
You know. I'm not very articulate and poetic, but I think people can suss that out.
I mean, that's kind of how I felt about doing this shit, dude. It's like,
yeah, we could talk about every single song.
yeah, exactly. But you know, in terms of me doing this podcast shit, it's like kind of like that. It's like, do whatever, you know. Your life is your life. Fucking go do it. You know, I don't know. Obviously, you get shit's scary, but like to me, it's like, is the end all be all making like a super popular, successful pre-life podcast? No, I think I'm having fun with it, but I think I'm interested in all this type of work, and it's fun to me. And who knows? It could turn into something else. You know.
Over on that topic, I really like what you're doing with this. Like, I think you mentioned it in the last podcast with Pretty Nights, at least. You know, kind of what your vision is. You know, because there's the other podcast, Almost Familiar, which I also really enjoy, and they do the full set breakdowns. It's awesome. I love both of them that host it. But you know, to your point, like you can talk to any hardcore Pretty Lights fan, and they have a really interesting story, and it's interesting hearing how they came to that, you know, to where they're at.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
you're meeting people. I mean, I'm now meeting you. I feel like it's really connecting me. But yeah, I think it's cool to, you know, a big fandom and following like this is just, it's so interesting to me. And like, you know, you meet so many cool people, so many cool stories along the way. I mean, it's just like, so, and to me, that's something that can kind of go without, obviously I do preparation for the stuff and everything, but like, you know, it's kind of, I like to just kind of be free, and you know, I can do these when they're not touring still. You know, it's just kind of like an open thing to do whatever and have fun with it. But yeah, I mean, again, shout out to the fucking Almost Familiar podcast. I mean, they do a great job. I mean, I'll tell you what, I listened to one after I put some on, and got a lot of work to do, man. These guys are doing fucking awesome stuff. So, you know, and again, I think it's, I don't know, I feel like they're not putting out as many lately, and I'm really missing them. So I hope they get back on it. But, I would love to. Here. But I would love to connect with them.
Glad you're bringing us some more content.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, and again, I'm like, I just want to get people involved. So yeah, dude. Again, thanks for doing this. So yeah, and then I think just a couple standouts to me. Yellowbird, normally meh to me, honestly.
Yeah, we're gonna be on the same page here, man.
Yeah, more normally meh, but this one was wild. The safe.
It was so good. It ended. The freestyle.
Oh my god, yo, dude, yeah,
The freestyle was
yeah,
nuts.
like, dude, yo, fucking, I don't know.
I was freaking out. I think I went on Facebook, the Facebook group, and I was like, "Holy shit! I've never ever heard him freestyle that good before." It was like he was flowing. I mean,
And I'll say,
that one
I
felt
like.
maybe a little more rehearsed, but I'm fine with that.
I mean, I'll tell you right now. Don't take this wrong with anyone. I love Pretty Lights. I love it so much, and I'm not the guy who's behind that person. He can do whatever the fuck he wants because he's him. But yeah, I'm not the craziest about the freestyles. I like them when they're good, and if you want, like, I just sometimes it's like, okay, you know, yeah. I mean, again, that's just me. I mean, whatever. It's just, I'm not going to sit there and be like, he's doing it again. You know, I'm thinking about leaving.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm never. You know,
You're
we're just
still
having a
vibing.
conversation.
It's just a vibe change
Yeah,
that you're not always ready for.
Sure. Yeah, and like to me, to be honest, yeah, I think a written flow would be really nice. Or even like I would love if Derek started like rapping of himself, like and recording it and like sampling that.
That would be sick. I never even thought about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, have it just be polished and thrown in there.
yeah,
Fuck yeah.
yeah. Or even like do little Derek things like, "Yo, whip me right now," like some shit like fucking
Oh God, why isn't he doing that?
Yeah.
That's such a good idea.
You know, I don't know, but whatever. Hey man, do your thing. You know,
Yeah. At the same time, don't
appreciate you.
fucking listen to us.
Thank you for being one of the best things in my life. So
Oh, yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
appreciate you. Yeah. Okay. So, and like I said before, you got the San Andreas drop.
Oh my God,
Yeah. And they
I was
okay.
wilding out.
Here's what I did notice about that Still Night. That's the first time since before, whenever the last time they played it before Red Rock, they probably played it at, you know, I'm sure they played it at E Forest or Bonner or whatever. But Red Rocks was the first time they did that like different Still Night. You know, that I don't even know what it is. I know it's some artist or whatever. Like, but that like, you know, where it gets like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That was a long still night too.
Yeah. It was like 20 minutes or something at Red Rocks. And then they do it, you know, they did it at Tahoe, and then I know they did at Vegas, they did, like, San Andreas, and then into that. This was the first time they haven't done it since before then. So that was just kind of something I noticed. And I think they closed with that. So,
Yeah, that was a wild closer. You know, sometimes they bring it down a little bit with like finally moving vibes. That one was like, oh, that was good.
yeah, I would have loved that. And then you leave there,
That was
just
great.
like everyone's like energized, like holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
All right, so all in all, I gotta ask, where does this rank in your top shows? Or first, what's the best night?
Yeah, I'm with you. Night 3 was my favorite. There was one other song that might have gotten glossed over. The Blue Skies. I think that was my favorite Blue Skies that's been played yet. Actually, it was real swirly, real psychedelic, and I stood out. But overall, yeah, night 3 had like so many of my favorites, and then it was like the best version of those favorites. So that, and so much new shit.
I almost forgot Rainbow Connection with that. Did you ever have Reading Rainbow as a kid?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude,
I mean,
that's
the nostalgia that they're hitting us with is crazy.
yeah, that's wild. Okay, so yeah, it went like blue. It was like We Must Go On, Blue Skies, and Rainbow Connection. Wild, awesome. Yeah, all right. So yeah, where does so you got night 3, and then where does this rank? I mean, is this your top though?
I think it's my top. You know, it's hard. Minnesota night 3 is my top, but Chicago is also a contender. I don't know if we're only talking this tour. Night 2 and night 3 are high.
I meant all your shows.
All my shows. It's hard with that recency bias because it's like I remember Minnesota night 3 the best, so I want to say that. But honestly, Red Rocks night 2, Hampton, and then Chicago. I think Chicago and Minneapolis are side by side. Thinking out loud. And night 2, night 3 of Chicago are my favorites. There, I can't say depending on the day, I'll tell you which night I liked more there. And then, Minneapolis night 3.
Well, maybe we'll take a step back. I think my theme for New Year's is I'm going to be asking like kind of, full tour memories and stuff like that. Almost like, I don't know. I just think, not like I want to do this, but I think it would be funny. Like, I do a point of like doing like, and it'd be funny as a joke one time, but it could almost be like doing like, like on Monday Night Football and shit. There's always like the 4 guys at the table, like in and outside, like the
Oh my God! Yeah, if we get to a point where it's live podcast,
dude, you got like who do you think's gonna get the New Year's show this year? I don't know. So and so hasn't had it in 4 years. Like kind of talking about people winning the Super Bowl. I mean, as a funny joke. But either way, the statistics and stuff.
That'd be kind of awesome, though.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a funny bit I thought. Yeah, like, and if I can do this right, I think I'm gonna try and do. So you're going to New Year's, right?
Yeah,
Chicago. Yeah. Okay. I'll talk to you. I kind of want to try and get people like jumping in live after, like even during separations, just like doing kind of like a live podcast of like, I'm going to do before, set break, after, and just have like, and I could cut it, be like, okay, now I'm going to have, Lance going to call in, whatever. And it's like, yo, it was crazy. Like, I don't know. I think that'd be some funny shit,
I love it. It's a good idea.
I'm going to just, like both nights, all that stuff. And I think some themes I have for the off season, got a bunch of ideas, but like, I'm thinking just, talking to people about last tour, just like as a whole. And like, then you can actually look back. Cause like for me, now that I've made this list, we're going to go over, I'm changing my mind on some things that I said before. Cause, you can kind of take a step back and think, okay, really, take this and take that at, an even playing field. So, yeah. So I'll ask you that again later. But yeah, so, all right, moment of the run. The entire weekend, best moment.
Best moment for me was definitely during high school art class. I don't know if you have this with people where you have like you both share your favorite song. But like, I had my buddy I told you about, shout out Timo. And then on the Discord, there's a girl named Ween. That's her Discord name. She, her and I bonded over also loving high school art class. And she texted me. She was at the show as well, but I think she was maybe working the Yellowbird table, or maybe that was a different night. Either way, she texted me when it started playing. She's like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "Next to the Shark Tank." I'm not going to look at my phone for more than a second, but I'll at least try to shoot that text out. And then like a minute later, she shows up. And and then I was with Timo as well. So we had 3 of us that are just like, you're freaking out during a show anyway. So you're just already a crazy person. But then we're hearing our favorite song, and then that was a 20-minute high school art class. It was one ever, in my opinion. And so we were just like, what's happening? It's still going. It's completely like deconstructed it. Like I've never ever heard high school art class like that before. So that was a standout.
You stand out for sure.
And then Digital as Fuck right after that.
Yeah, exactly. So I was going to say, for me, it's Digital as Fuck, but I think if we're talking as a whole, like I said, if you're speaking to the masses, I think it's probably Purple Lambo,
Yeah.
Just special.
That was great. It was great. It's really hard to pick.
Yeah. They had the purple raindrops on the screen,
I would say.
Men are dressed as Prince. So yeah. And then, all right, overall experience as 1 out of 10 rating, from music, venue, city, total week.
10 out of 10 for me. I don't ask for much more than that. I mean, I also haven't done like the Caverns or Bethel experience. So until that happens, I'm used to the camping thing with Electric Forest. So I think I might really, really enjoy that when I finally do it. But I also really love the indoor venue with the lasers going way harder, the music or the sound being just pristine, and then the sleeping in a comfy bed.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds fun in theory, but yeah, like, dude, like, it would be fun because everyone's there, but like, it wouldn't be, it's really tough. Plus said, like, I'm not for me to do something like that, I have to fly and then like camp. Like,
Oh yeah, that's a big factor. All the gear. I mean, you can't pack a car.
I think you meet more people in that situation. But yeah, I mean, dude,
Yeah.
camped one of the years at Telluride. That was something beautiful.
I would love to hear about Telly. I'll ask you that live maybe, unless you want to get into it.
I mean, yeah. What do you got?
I mean, tell me everything, because people still think that Telly version of everything is better.
All right, here's the thing. Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite shows before. I mean, it still is. So like, when there's two of them, obviously. So I went to 4 years in a row. I went to Colorado in August to see Pretty Lights. So I see the first ever Analog Future show, Red Rocks 13, 2 shows. Next year, go to the 3-set thing with the symphony. You know, you got Derek opening up, then you got the Analog Future band plus Carnes and Krasno. So the 8-piece. And Krasno with Pretty Lights is something so special. But yeah, Carnes really Carnes added such an element to Pretty Lights that it's just like, it's fucking
So good.
It's so good. Like Carnes is in like just, you know, just a fucking amazing piece. But yeah, so then the third set was with the symphony, and those are really cool and everything. But then so the following year, all my friends like, okay, we just did Red Rock Cheers, let's go to Telluride. So then we camped as a big group, but I had went with like a group of 5 of us, and we had like 2 cars, one of which was like a Suburban, and we packed this thing up, drove 22 hours out to fucking Telluride, and camped out there. I mean, I don't mind sleeping in the cold, but it was just really beautiful and just like an amazing, like awesome place to see music. I mean, we got VIP. I was right behind the family section. I met Derek's parents. We were right next to the Shark Tank and shit. Yeah, I mean, I think I met one of his grandparents too. But again, the music, like, dude, Carnes was amazing. It was just phenomenal, dude. Like some of my favorite stuff. Again, like I love those jams. I mean, I go back and listen to Telluride all the time. I think they only have one night on there, but dude, there's this new moon jam or full moon jam. And then they have this Exodus intro, dude. It's either like Laserbox, or if you listen to the entire Exodus on, PL, the Pretty Lights Live shit. I request all the time, but dude, it's this really dope, like fucking, kind of like, I don't know, like almost reggae, but like really slow beat up thing. But they have this Drake sample, and it's just like everyone's kind of just like letting it like hang loose. Like Kraz was just like does this like and everyone's just kind of like the horns are going bum bum, just kind of chill, like slow building thing. Then Karn just hitting this Drake sample. One thing about music, when it hits you, feel no pain, and then the horns come in and it goes like this big melody, like bum 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 wah 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 wah, dude, and it just and then it just goes just real fucking sick build up into Exodus, dude. I'm telling you, I got the chills right now. I mean,
that's funny. I rewatched the Exodus from Telly a few times because I love Exodus, and there's been some good ones since the comeback, but I have buddies that are like, nah, Telluride's still best. But I don't think
I mean, they had a really nice Exodus in Chicago at the Northern Island. I think if you were at that one and the Soul Rebels came out, that was really cool.
Yeah.
But that's like another vibe of PL that I like after the dark stuff. It's kind of like that, like a lot of the horn, fucking like almost reggae or like, like that's how Forever Lost type shit. But yeah, dude. And then so the second year got an Airbnb, whatever. And that was like the PL Live switch over. Still really cool and different. Part of me was just like, I'll tell you, I was like kind of bumming after like Deitch left and after the horns were gone. Like it took me a bit to get, but it took me a bit to get used to it. But if it wasn't for PL Live, we wouldn't be here. And that was the segue. And that was like, really cool. And in 2017, we started to hear a lot of this stuff. I mean, I went to the Gorge in 2017 and they played Sunspreads in Our Minds. They played, a lot of this stuff. Like, You Have a Gift. Like, that's when it was a really big changing moment. And, top of that, I was really fucking sad. Honestly, I was mad when that stopped. I was like pissed because I was like, I'm like, there's all this new music looking at the album, and I was just like, this shit's amazing. And I don't know, there was just not really any answers. And I was like, honestly didn't listen to the music for a couple of years, and then just
I was the same way. I was just like, I was pretty. A lot of people were optimistic that he was coming back. There was definitely a point where I hit. I'm like, done, man.
I was like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was just like, well, why doesn't it? What's up? What's the deal?
Yeah.
And the pics and the Instagram was removed, so I was just like, I don't know.
But it made it that much sweeter.
It made it that much better, dude. I needed it. I needed to grow up, dude.
Right.
I was fucking like 27 or 28 or something. I don't know. I'm not, I now everything that's happened in my life, like it was nice. It's nice that everything happens for a reason, man. But I was able to focus, move to California, fucking, follow a girl out here, get engaged, get married, like all this stuff. Like my life has changed so much since then. But then that's what's amazing about the art and the music is that no time passes, and I'm calling. I mean, some people more than talking to me more now, but like especially some friends that like catch up now. Like once Prios come back, we're like talking every day. Like about everything. Yeah. It's just like, oh, yeah, it's amazing. Definitely, again, like Telluride's a place that Pretty Lights brought me to. I would have never gone to. I don't ski or snowboard. I don't like why that place doesn't even have an airport. Like you got to have a I don't know. It's a very bougie place. I don't know if I would really go. Like what else I would be doing. So the fact that I went there twice and saw some amazing music, and yeah, it was awesome. So a lot of cool stuff. And then the Gorge was cool too. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm
hoping they go to the Gorge next year. I haven't been there.
Hoping so too.
And I would love for my first show there to be PL, of course.
Yeah, I want to go back because we didn't. There's forest fire, so you couldn't see much, but it's still fun. But I try and think like trying back to being a map guy. I always like look at where they played last. Like now I'm taking all these things in. Like Minneapolis made sense. I feel like they're gonna hit Detroit next for the Midwest.
I think they got to.
I guarantee you're gonna get it. Like because they played Chicago New Year's. They're not gonna do that right away.
They're building a giant amphitheater in Grand Rapids right now. I already made the plug to Phil. Like keep this on your radar.
Yeah. Yeah, I told him about the Radio Cell, and he's like, "Oh, I'm familiar." I'm like, "Dude, you gotta come out there." But I just hope it's not. It's hard to find people out here that know it, and I think Sam would travel for it. But
hard too, because like some of these venues are so awesome, and you want them to go back, but at the same time, want to go to places you've never been before, or they've never been before. A lot of venues out there.
People got to go to Dillon last year, and then go to Red Rocks this year. I mean, I'm sure they'll keep obviously playing Red Rocks every year, but just it's nice to switch it up for sure. Yeah, so I'm back to that. I'm thinking Washington would be on the list too. Also one place I just think of that would be cool, Montana. I don't know. I would love to go
Montana.
out.
I mean, yeah, they got the same mountains that Colorado does, basically.
Hopefully one day they do like a resort thing, dude, in Mexico.
Looking good.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
I think that's gonna happen.
So yeah, back to you being in Minnesota. Just a quick segue. You're a Lions fan, Bears fan over here. I just, feel like we're two neglected siblings in a family. Being fans of these teams. So anytime your siblings, hey, something happens, all right, good for you.
Totally. Yeah, you're totally
that's how I feel about the Lions. I'm fucking all in for them. I hope they go all the way. They deserve it. I hate the fucking Packers. I also hate the Bears. Just they drive me crazy. But
they disappoint you.
Yeah. So I hope you guys do it.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. It's kind of cool that so many people are rooting for the Lions. That
I mean, there's not a lot to There's not a lot to hate about. I mean, I love Dan Campbell. I love the golf story. Montgomery used to be with the Bears, and fucking him and Gibbs with the the nickname stuff. It's awesome, and it just sucks about Aiden Hutchinson. That's hate.
I know, man. It really sucks.
I can't even watch those things. It makes me fucking good.
Yeah. Same.
All right. Speaking of Chicago, obviously, are you planning to be there?
I'll be there. It's gonna be quite an eventful December for me. I'm visiting my sister now lives in Germany. I'm visiting her for Christmas. getting back on the 28th, and then turning around going to Chicago on the 30th. So I hope I'm not still dealing with jet lag at that point. But I'm pumped. He goes hard for Chicago, and he goes hard for New Year's.
Right on. So do you have any requests that you submitted? I still have to pull some in.
Yeah, there's this song that I've been requesting since last year. They had a kind of a less formal request line last year. I don't know if you were aware of it. I don't think a lot of people were.
I had no idea until this year.
Yeah. More formalized this year, and we're working pretty closely with the team. So that's cool. There's this song called Automatic by Oliver. A lot of people aren't familiar with it, but it's kind of a housey, techno-y song, I guess. And it's just like right in the same vibe as some of these new songs that they've been playing. So I'm really hoping they swirl that. But outside of that, I'm hoping they redo that Wake Up versus Rock On from Philly last tour. Do you remember that?
Yeah, you're big on that Wake Up, huh?
I love Wake Up.
That's your fucking picture, right? The Wake Up.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the first time they had that little head pop up at the Caverns last year, I was just like, true swirly eyes, you know?
Nice.
Yeah. Love that. And Stepping Out. I need that full version.
Yeah.
I was teased.
So that's it?
Oh, I got more. After Midnight, I've never heard live. I think it's going to happen. They had it in the promo. Yeah.
You got it.
But I still threw it in the queue just to make sure he doesn't forget. Like, he's been forgetting to play some.
Yeah, I know. yeah, that's, classic.
Butterfly again, because I want it to be longer. I feel like that song needs a fucking world treatment, you know, like at least 10 minutes. Warfield got the best Butterfly, and I want another one of those.
Yeah, that was great.
Prophet, I'm hoping to hear. I feel like in Chicago last year, they dropped like one of the best Prophets ever. They have that Red Light, Green Light song.
Yeah.
And then Hazy Mindshift, they debuted in Hampton, and I just fuck with that one a lot.
And they just
Got
played
this
in
artist
Boston, right?
Yeah. I was freaking out. I still think Hampton has a better version of it, in my opinion, but I want to hear that live again. That's my shit. That's it. I wanted to put a lot more, but
yeah, I still have to do it. I've been busy as fuck, but all my 3 different friends of mine, and they all didn't know they did it. I don't know if you know this song. It's a big Chicago thing, but this guy's Serengeti. My Serengeti is called Dennehy or something like that. It's just a big Chicago song, and so they're all putting that in there. I'm sure they're not the only ones for that too. But yeah, for me, I don't know. I'm trying to find one. I'm between like a Common song and then this band.
Dude, I was gonna say I was debating between requesting Universal Mind Control by Common. They played the Chicago last year. Somehow I hadn't heard that before.
There's this song, The People, and he says like, sometimes we find peace in beats and breaks. I was thinking that'd be, I don't know if they'd specifically use that, but kind of like breakbeat thing. But, or I'm between this other song. And then as far as PL requests go, I just got to do my Give Your Love Away. I fucking need them to play that song.
Right.
But they played it at, you and I were there at Freaky Deaky. And I really want Don't Take My Sunshine. That's like one of my favorite songs. It's like it's really slides under the radar. They haven't played it yet this run. I think they only played it at Dylan and fucking Philly or something like that. It's again, another dark outer spacey one.
Yeah.
So
one of the other ones I skipped over, Dark as the Sky. We haven't gotten that this tour.
Dude, I'm actually surprised. Yeah.
They've teased it a couple times. They keep doing that.
Yeah, I think the last time they did it was at New Orleans. I don't know if you were there that night.
Yeah, I was. I think that was the first night. It was another tease. They
did Love You Left Behind or whatever it is, Anytime, Anywhere.
Yeah.
And then they did that a lot. The Dark as the Sky and that like just they meshed so much, like so
Okay.
clean into each other. But then they had some Dr. John,
What's it
his
during
most
that?
famous
Okay,
song.
maybe they did get in their own. I remember it being played full on though, like full fucking song in Brooklyn, and I'm
It's a
obsessed
good one.
with that one.
Yeah, that's fire. Other than that, yeah, I mean, I feel like they did Digital's Fuck, which is one of my chases. And then again, I always do the fucking Analog Future stuff. I don't know if I'll get that.
We're gonna get some surprises.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's gonna be awesome. I mean, I can't believe they added that on. And if they're not doing it, I just wish I could go, dude.
Oh, you're not gonna be there?
No.
Oh,
That's what I'm gonna do the live. Try and do the live stuff. Like,
oh man, I didn't understand. I thought you were gonna be there. I thought we were gonna be hugging.
no, sorry, hugs on hold. Yes, we will meet though. But my buddy Sid will be there. He's handing out stickers and shit.
Cool.
Definitely get to say what's up to him. But yeah, dude, it sucks. If I went home for Christmas, or if I went home for pre-lights and didn't go home for Christmas, I think my family would be like, "What the hell's wrong?" Not only my family, but my in-laws would be like, "Are you crazy?"
I get it.
But whatever. I'm excited to.
You'll still be able to watch live, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I was gonna say that'd be a great New Year's party to have. Ideal.
Yeah, I just don't want people over really, because I might have like one person, but I'm gonna tell people.
Even just you and your wife. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just doing. Fuck it. I want to really be all in on that and kind of make it like the whole thing.
I'm the same way. I mean, I've tried having people over for those shows and it just turns into talking over and you're not really taking it in. So I actually prefer to watch the streams alone.
Yeah, and especially if I'm trying to do all this extra podcasting stuff, I'm not really going to be like, can't really have people around.
Same here. I help moderate the Twitch stream and it's like, I can't be looking at my computer the whole time while I'm having people over.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, so let's rank them. Now that we're recording this after Boston's over, and this is hard, but let's run it down from 11 to 1.
11 to 1, okay.
Electric so I'll go first. I mean,
you go first. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Unfortunately, I have to put Forest there. I mean, just because it's a festival set. I don't know. It's just like, and to me, I'll get into it. I'll explain more once I get to Bonnaroo and ACL. But that's I don't know. It was still awesome, but I just think, like, in my opinion, it was a 2-hour set. They let it play a little extra, but Bonnaroo got a lot more time, all that stuff. So
yeah, seems like Bonnaroo got the energy for those 2 weekends. Yeah, for me, I was there at Electric Forest and had a lot of friends that have been like, all right, dude, you're so fucking crazy about Pretty Lights. Here it is. Show us the stuff. And for me, that wasn't the set to convert someone. It was awesome. I think it was a good set for the head. Had a lot of. I loved it. I had a blast. It was a super psychedelic set. It was good for the setting. But same thing. It wasn't long enough. I was like, I'm too used to having 2-hour sets. Yeah.
It sucks.
Still Pretty Lights in my favorite place in the world, so I wasn't complaining that much. But I was a little disappointed. Like, I had friends leave like before they were done. You didn't even see the laser start go crazy.
Oh no. But yeah, I mean, again, still love it. But if we're doing what we're doing, which is right,
it's still tough. I want to put them up there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll just say it. Don't get upset, but I put Hampton here. I don't know.
Well, were you there or were you not there?
I was not there. No.
I think that puts it up higher for me. If I hadn't been there, I probably wouldn't feel that way.
I guess I just feel like, in my opinion, I don't know. And like, I haven't listened in a while, but I think at the time, what I will say was cool is that's where Trip Through Time that started,
Sure.
Obviously did the program. That's where it got played and ended up being the podcast thing. We weren't even going to use that. And it just kind of clicked with something after one thing fell through. We want to do Around the Block. There's like 3 different Around the Block podcasts about nothing to do with Pretty Lights, but
yeah, probably.
So then, I don't know, the logo was kind of circular. I thought maybe put some numbers fading in there and Trip Through Time. I don't know, but then it turned into what it is. Obviously, awesome. And I do love the song, but here's the thing. I mean, and I should go back and listen, but I guess at the time, I just kind of felt like nothing against them. They were probably just hadn't played as much in the last handful of months, and I think it was a little bit of like little tricks from last year kind of thing, kind of going.
Sure, I don't disagree.
Yeah. So and again, I think that's going to be the case for any tour run. I think anyone is a little. I mean, just like the football season, I think people, maybe not football because people get banged up, but like let's say baseball or something, you're a little rusty early on, and then as the season progresses and you're in full season mode, you're fucking on your game, So I don't know, knocking the cobwebs off a little bit again. Not
same thing happened last tour. I mean, Michigan was amazing. Everyone's so fucking excited that they're back. But if you look at the progression through tour, they got better and better.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you're great point to bring that up because I didn't even think about that. But like, it was again, I think the wow factor was there for Dylan, and then as tour progressed, especially after like the halfway point tour, once I think it was like Brooklyn and then Chicago. That's when they took the Brooklyn, Chicago, Caverns, San Francisco, NOLA. I mean, they won every game and went to the fucking playoffs.
That's
on that fucking end of the season there. But so I don't know. I think they're always dialed in, and they're getting more inspired as time goes along. So I mean, again, obviously it's different when you're there. So what do you got at 10?
So I put all the festival sets at the bottom just because they're festival sets. But it's hard, man, because the ACL is my 10. But I fucking love the ACL set, especially the first weekend. I like the first weekend a little bit more, but the second weekend they had that Kong Band twirl, which I love, and that new song, which I don't think they've played again since. I mean, those were just a little bit shorter sets, I think, as well.
So I had, all right. So at 9 I had ACL. I mean, I just think I'm just looking at the music and I'm just kind of sandwiching the 2 weekends together as if it's like one whole thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I did think out of all the festivals that they kind of dove into the theme of the area the most on those. Like
ACL was awesome. I didn't anticipate those to be so good.
Yeah. And that's when they debuted that Sponges hot sauce remix. That was really cool. They did like the Mike Jones stuff and just really
all the Mike Jones. Forgot about that. That shit was dope.
That's why it kind of is cool to me, and I know the truth. They kind of did some of that early on. I think they was one of the first songs they played with, which I kind of like switching it up. It's usually at the end, and then just kind of like the they did like those boots are made for walking. All that Texas stuff was just cool, and then all the hot in and out of the hots was really really cool.
Yeah. One thing is I do not like country music, but Pretty Lights is making me like Pretty Lights version of country music, like Caverns last year too. Like they played. Country music.
I love it. I mean, that's just
amazing.
Cool. It's cool because he could take stuff like that and put his little spin on it, which I love. But I kind of can appreciate all types of music. I don't necessarily like some as much, but there are parts of country that I like, and I don't know. I like more of the soulful stuff, but not much. I don't listen much. But I don't know if you know who Tyler Childers is, but he's more kind of a more.
I know his name, but couldn't point him out to you if I heard it talk.
Yeah. But just kind of a little more grit and stuff like that. But again, Pretty Lights pulls you to learn all this music. I mean, so much shit that I never even knew, especially all these samples, all the new stuff coming out. So, all right, what do you got at number 9?
My number 9 is Bonnaroo, which I think with that Sunrise set, it made the whole weekend, or that whole weekend, I made it the best, in my opinion.
Yeah, you got the most for your money there, for sure.
Right.
And I mean, how do you feel about DJs?
The DJ set, that was.
How do you feel about them in general? I mean,
well, I was one of those people who pre-hiatus, I was like, I like Derek as a DJ. I want the DJ set, which I feel silly about now because I'm like, this is fucking awesome. But
I mean,
you know,
some people do like it.
I was into the heavier dubstep back then, and so I didn't want to hear live instruments taking away from the heavy bass. So that was my thing. But now it's a little bit different. I feel like the music is mixed different, or the instruments are mixed different this time around, or maybe I'm just, I don't
No,
know.
I think
Maybe
it's a
my taste
perfect
changed.
blend. I think you're on with that. I think it's kind of a blend in between. It's still like, I think it's kind of a perfect blend between the analog feature and then what it was.
Yeah, it's just
the DJ era or like vibe, you know. So, and it's
it was
just
cool
the
hearing the
best.
studio track though on that Sunrise set, like kind of hearing the really clean and polished version as a change of pace. I still prefer the live band.
Yeah. And I kind of was thinking they probably, you know, playing at those hours of night is probably not ideal. And I think they hardly even did, like the stream was just the Bonnaroo one. It wasn't like theirs, you know, probably just kind of told the team, hey, take the night
I think
off.
they had to have, I think they basically gave most of the crew the night off, which was cool to just enjoy the concert, go in the crowd and like experience it.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, it was like a fucking company party type thing.
Exactly, yeah. And then I think the band was planning to be out there more, but there was some issues, some tech issues, and that's fucking cool too. That just on the fly, Derek can be like, "Yeah, I got this."
Yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah, I mean, so that was your number 9, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I have Rue at 8. I just think, you know, I don't know. I think I've always wanted to go to one, and I just like 2013. I went to E-Force. My buddy went to Rue, and like he got the longer set, and just like again comparing it to E-Force, like I don't know, he always kind of does that. And it just, you know, I just think festival would be so fun if you go, you know, I mean, you go to a festival, you see your favorite artist on one of the first nights, then the rest of the time you're just, you know, at least on our level. So just to be able to have that, like to have one night and do a double set thing, and then fucking have 2 more days to recover and be like, I'm gonna dude, like the excitement is just so big. Because I've always
so cool that they open the fest like on that main stage, which has never been done before, right? Like they've never opened that on a Thursday.
Oh, I've never. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know too much about all that stuff.
For the first time this year, Pretty Lights was the first to open that stage on the first night.
It seems like he's really involved in everything he does. Like, you know, wanting, like, I don't know, being more. He's probably a lot easier to work with, and then people are probably more, you know, willing to.
Yeah, it helps that he's a legend in the scene.
All right, so yeah, I had that at 8. I don't know. I mean, as probably should have been smart to like put a tour stops all there, but again, I think Rue also on top of all the vibes that they got a lot of cool. Oh yeah, I mean, not a lot, but like the Blue Skies got debuted, and you know, just cool moment to be there, I guess. Or again,
there's so much. There's so many reasons for each of these stops that I could like put them at the top. You know, like every
you could argue
some huge highlights.
Yeah. So all right, who you got at 8?
My next one's St. Augie, but it was hard to put lower. It was hard to put low, but there was a couple things that, just didn't make it the best for me. Part of me loves kind of like they kind of like trolled every single night to end it. I don't know if you noticed that, but like the first night they did Finally Moving with Flow Rida and Avicii.
Yeah.
Which was kind of funny because a lot of the fam was bringing up the old tweets that Derek would do, saying like, I made that shit first. Yeah.
I remember the second time I seen him, I was at a festival that Avicii played too. He's like, you may have heard this song in another form this weekend. Yeah, but I think he's probably obviously more accepting and just like, okay, fuck it. But you know, he totally got ripped for sure. But yeah, I didn't notice all of that. I guess because I fortunately didn't get to watch much of that live. I only caught like tail ends after getting off. I have like a weekend gig, so I kind of catch the second half sometimes. But yeah. So you had that at 8. So why don't you go and share your 7?
7 was Bethel, which I want to move that up. I really loved Bethel, but I don't have anything bad to say about Bethel, frankly. That was fucking awesome.
It's hard. I mean, once we get to this part of it, it's just
every set I'm like, you could be number one.
I know.
It's a good problem to have.
All these picks. So I went 7 Augustine, and I mean, I don't know. Again, still some sick stuff like we talked about, that whistle track that's in one of my heavy rotations. Just
had a lot of good shit.
Get in the whip and crank that track and drive around. I mean, you're gonna feel like the coolest fucking.
You're gonna be hitting that gas pedal a little bit harder,
straight up taking turns. So I mean, it's kind of same. We touched on that. Then I'm gonna go 6. That's Boston for me.
Okay.
It's hard to. I don't know. I think still some really cool stuff in there. I don't know. I feel like I don't even know what to say. I'll let you go next, and whenever you get to Boston, trying to think if I could, but I don't know.
Boston was my number 2. I'll just break that now, but I also think that most of that is because I like night 3 so much. I also really like what they did on the other night. Anyway, my next one. Go ahead.
Sorry, I remember now. I think it was, we were just like, I had a buddy over, and I was kind of just like confused as to what was going on early on. And then on the night 2, it was kind of like telling the story thing. I was like, why is he by himself? And then why, like, I just didn't, I think we were making dinner, so I might have missed like exactly what the vibe was. And I was just kind of like, what's going on? And then I didn't notice that he was saying like the new stuff was coming or whatever. So the next day, so I was kind of just like, wait, what? It's not really like,
they're not swirling.
So okay, that's why. So it was kind of just simple.
It was going through all the old stuff, and what was cool about it was that they basically did the progression of the band.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you noticed that, but like how
all the members came in or whatever, like
exactly, and basically the chronological history of the band. Yeah, so that was cool to see that like done throughout a show. I like that idea, but I'm the same way. Like I've gotten addicted to the jams, the swirls. For me, it was like I loved that set. I love all the old shit so much, of course. But it wasn't mind blowing. I wasn't getting mind fucked. I want to get mind fucked by a pretty light show.
And by that, I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean, like, if, something used to be one way for you, and then you progress to then when you kind of pull back, it's just like, that's all I mean by that. But no, I mean, but again, I still have I have some really, in terms of Boston, the Trip Through Time one is so dope. I mean, it's
the shipping up to Boston.
are they doing the melody of that slower?
Yeah, but it's like a weird, like, it shouldn't have been good. It was so good.
It was unreal. I mean, I told my buddy, I'm like, we might need to work that song intro now. I mean, dude, it's like hip hoppy, dude. I want to like spit a flow over that.
I think that might be my, I don't know. It's up there with my favorites of Boston for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously Mac Miller, fucking Objects in the Mirror. I love how they're doing so much Mac, dude. Okay, so what was it you just did? Your 6? Or
so my next one was Hampton. And a lot of that has to do with first time at Hampton, so I'd never seen that venue before. Fucking cool venue to see a show in, especially pretty light. Plus, it was my first time meeting a lot of fam that I'd gotten to know well over the internet. So experiencing that with other like huge pretty light fans, like I didn't go with any of my friends that I knew prior to the comeback. I flew there by myself, stayed with people that I hadn't met in person before. So that was a really cool experience because it was just all positive and vibes were high.
Dude, that's dope. Yeah, and I want to do that too. I definitely, one of these times I want to go to a show by myself. Like, just
I highly recommend.
But that's one thing. Actually, one friend of ours was asking us like how you rank your shows, and like I'm gonna get to that when I get to my higher ups. But I'll touch on more. But like a lot of it has to do who you're with. It's not always all about the show. It's so for me to like rank these, I'm purely looking off of music and just like not the vibes of it, and like, you know,
Yeah.
you're even more involved. Some of these shows I've had to like listen to after the fact, like, you know, because of work, you know,
Yeah, I get it.
schedules and stuff. But yeah, so but that's awesome. That's dope.
I still like the music there too. I think it had still some of the best versions of my favorite songs. Like I tell people, I think that might still they might have my favorite Time to Build a Home. Like that one was long and
I'm gonna
good.
go back. Because of you, I'm gonna go back. And I feel like sometimes these stops, they come so quick that you kind of forget about some in the
Oh,
in the
totally.
back, you know?
They had Spirit Darts as well. Are you familiar with that one? It was a song I think they played like once or something before. And they played that, and it was revisit that one too.
Yeah,
Put a
okay, I'm gonna
focus
go
on
back.
Spirit
Yeah.
Darts.
Yeah, again, it's like I think I was just being a little baby about like, you know, oh, I was expecting
I
something
get it, man. I do the
new,
same
like,
shit.
you know.
So I'll let one little thing dictate my whole opinion about it. That's that.
And yeah, I don't know. It's just like then again, I need to go back and bump it now because it's been so much stuff that's happened, and you know, got distracted with some of the ones. Obviously, the ones you go to, you're so like dialed in like that.
Well, it's hard mid tour too. Like there's a part of me that's like the bright side, I guess, of when tour's done is like there's gonna be time to revisit this old shit that it's like I can't. I'm too psyched about what I just saw this past week. I have to re-listen to that a million times.
I know it's fucked up to say, but I am right now, especially with what I'm doing. I'm excited for tour to be over because I'm like,
It's just a little relief.
I started. Well, I mean, I need to get better about being quicker. Some stuff came up, and like again, I had some, you know, I'm learning growing pains with audio and stuff like that. So I had a lot of shit going on that I was trying to fix, and like episode 6 already come out, and like, appreciate you fucking with me. I love ball busting, but when you're like, you bringing back the Walter White costume. I mean, hey, I learned from that. Again, we recorded on Halloween. I'm like, oh, I'll dress up as Walter White, and then I didn't get it to come out for like 3 weeks after that. And I'm posting all these videos because it's like, you know,
I didn't even realize people were giving you shit for it.
no, I mean, no one did. I think, no, I'm saying you text me that. I think it was just funny. I'm not like you were attempting to do that. I just like, I like a good like little crack joke or whatever. But yeah, fucking, so like I'm trying to get these out quicker. But yeah, so I've been held back holidays and stuff like that. So now I got, you know, yours. I got another guy who's in Florida, and then I got in Boston, and then I'm gonna do that New Year's stuff. And after that, I can kind of chill, and like I have some other stuff planned. But I, you know, because I want to keep not only do this, I want to do like full content stuff, like just because I want to make more reels and have some real ideas that I'm working on.
Time consuming.
Yeah, so but it's fun. I like
Exactly.
really enjoy it, but it's also like I'm kind of getting like anxiety and stress about like I want to put out shit quicker or whatever, and like but
right, with the tour being going, I go through the same shit where I'm just like, fuck, I want to share this clip, I want to share this clip, but then we got a tour tomorrow, and I can't be posting clips about 2 weeks ago. You know, during the off season, I can start really sharing shit more.
yeah, especially for you because you need to be like current, you know.
Right. Yeah, the hype is high for a couple days after a weekend, and then
So, but yeah, like so I'm definitely excited for like getting through all this shit and then like talking about it, like you said, to people, like so much to talk about after the fact and then looking forward, but also just free time to do whatever. So yeah, that's exciting, dude. I mean, I'm definitely having fun and appreciate you coming on, dude. It's been fucking dope. So
absolutely,
definitely will happen again. All right, so that was you had 5. That was your
my next one was Red Rock.
So I had Bethel 5, and then I had Red Rock. Red Rock's 4.
Man, it's funny. Our lists are pretty similar.
We're pretty similar, yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's see what we get done in the last 3.
All right.
I got 3 Vegas.
Okay. Wait, did we do 4? What's your 4?
My 4 was Red Rocks. So I had Boston 6, Bethel 5, Red Rocks 4.
Oh, Bethel. That's what I meant.
We were kind of skipping back and forth, like you would do 5 and 4.
Yeah.
And 4.
Sorry, I probably messed with your 4.
No, you're good. You're good.
My next one was Tahoe, and then Vegas.
Okay.
Tahoe is 4, Vegas is 3.
Gotcha.
And it's
And
funny.
then, and you
like
Boston at 2, yeah.
Boston is 2, Minnesota is my number 1. I feel like it kind of aligns with what you said your music tastes are in general. or like the vibe that you like for Pretty Lights, that makes sense to your list. And I think what I lean towards makes sense too. I bet that's the case for, a lot of people.
So yeah, I got Red Rocks 4, Vegas 3, Minnesota 2, Tahoe 1.
Okay. Dude, Tahoe I almost put as my number 2 because that shit's never been done before.
Yeah. It was, I mean,
and you
all
were there.
around.
Shit, man.
Yeah, I know.
forgot.
And that's another thing. Like when I was telling my friend, like, it has a lot to do with where you're at, who you're with, stuff like that. So yeah, Tahoe is just the scenery. We stayed so close that we could hear the sound check from our right outside of our
Oh, that's amazing.
state. We were right across the street. The venue was on Nevada side. It was
Cool.
literally on the state line. It's so weird. And we walked it was a 2-minute walk, not even. But what were you saying?
Did you get to hike around the lake and stuff?
A little bit. I mean, my wife's not as big of a hiker as me, but we definitely drove up to an area and kind of parked the car and walked around a bunch. And it was a shorter hike, but it was kind of you went down and there's this, I don't know, I'm sure a bunch of people went there. It was this old Viking type house thing or whatever. But then, kind of a reverse hike back up. But I mean, yeah, I don't know if you saw my reel from Tahoe, but I showed I got some of the dope shots up there too. And then we went kayaking in the clearest water you could ever see. You could see the rocks on the bottom and shit, just super blue. Yeah, I mean, and then just I don't know. For me, they didn't. I don't know. It was cool that they didn't play a lot of the hits. I don't know. It was
it was awesome, and they played a lot of in terms of electronic music outside of Pretty Lights. That's the shit that I'm into. Of the Trees and Charles First and God, what else did they play? Yeah, I think when tour announced, I was most excited about Tahoe. And then somebody got in my head about what the venue was going to be like.
Dude,
they're it's just going to be a parking lot. Yeah,
I heard the same shit, dude. Everyone was saying, and it was one of the best. It was so chill
in
there,
dude.
It was so dope in there. The staff was so nice. No one gave a fuck about it. Dude, I mean, it's the closest to me, so I'm well, that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
But it was also, I'm just so glad I went. I mean, I don't know. I went to Yosemite, like I said, in our honeymoon, but this is just so convenient. You got something for everyone. There's, not obviously went to the show, but you got casinos, you got restaurants, and you got not a long drive to get to these scenic places.
No.
Like we didn't stay in Yosemite. We had to drive 2 hours into the valley. It's just this was just such a nice, all around experience of a beautiful, just a natural beauty. And yeah, I mean, the Mac Miller stuff they had going on, still nice and shit. They did open, I think they opened up My Other Love on one of the nights and did that fucking jazzy, fucking electronic drop.
Oh my God. And they had my favorite Evening Sun. That's maybe one of my favorite
twirls of
tour, dude.
No, that's amazing. That's amazing. And then they played The Day Is Gone. I requested that. That was on one of my
you
chasers.
did? Oh,
I lost my shit, dude. It was kind of it was. I was I was screaming. I couldn't help myself. It's oh my fucking God, dude. Yeah. And just I think I had to throw a 3-night run in the top there. And I think out of the 3, I think Minnesota's the best. I don't know. And I
agree.
I think they had heavy vibes coming out of Vegas, and I just think they were hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah, I felt like Vegas just went right into Minneapolis.
Yeah, and I mean Vegas again, dude. It was interesting. It was not full. It was very they were
yeah. What that was that weird being there when you're seeing empty seats around you and stuff.
It was, dude. I'll tell you. I said this on some past podcasts, so sorry for the people listening again. But I know there's not many of you, so.
Someday.
I'm fan of fucking myself. But yeah, so me and my buddy didn't have 4 seats, but we were in theory, if this was a crowded place, we had a dope seat because we were on the right side, pretty close, front row. So clear view, hanging over, fucking have a seat, your own space. But then it was hardly any people there. And I just see everybody down there in front of me, and I feel disconnected. And then we go to the restroom during set break, and like it was like I felt like I was at the movie theater or something, and I went to the restroom.
Oh, just like not
You
packed
could hear
at all.
there was no one in there. It was like it was so weird. And I'm used to the banter and the bathroom banter and shit like that. You know, everyone's like doing it, whatever. It was weird. And then our friends like snuck us down, and after that, like that was like the energy shift I needed. I never danced like that in my life. Like it was crazy.
I heard on the floor it was like people were going full jungle animal, just going nuts.
And this is night one, and some stuff really hit home for me, and I just again love the horns, but I don't know, all the lights was just I don't know. It was like a really like
seems like you guys maybe had the best light show yet.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was cool. The theme thing was awesome. It really reminded me of Halloween. Like my girl she's been to like 5 straight of those. But like I went with like last time she went was in 2019. I went, and String Cheese always does a theme set on Saturday nights, and it's Halloween. When I went, it was coincidentally a 90s theme.
Oh,
in 2019. So they played like California Love and like fucking that whatever the TLC song is, Don't Go Chasing Waterfall, like stuff like that. And I think Derek got inspired after he went to Swanee, and I think he kind of like saw that and was like, hey, that's actually pretty cool, because like they really dove into the themes. I don't know, it was just really cool to fucking.
It was great. I mean, yeah, the takeaway after Vegas is like we need way more of those theme nights, or we got to do it again.
It was fun, dude. It really was. I mean, that's why it's up there for me. It's like not, if I look at like the music on Tahoe, like that's like more me, but like that was again just a crazy, cool, awesome, different experience. So yeah, wildly. But yeah, all right, well, so yeah, I don't know if we touched on this. Any cities you're hoping?
Detroit and Gorge, I think, are the ones I'll throw out there.
Right. Yeah, I'm saying San Diego, and
dude, if they do San Diego, I'll be out there.
Yeah, for sure. Show you guys around, man. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Beyond that, definitely want to connect again, dude. So thanks for everything.
This is only the beginning, but thanks for having me, man. This has been fun.
Yeah, dude.
Fun to just geek out about this with someone else.
No, I mean, I think this is the first time I've actually kind of thought more in the question side of things. So I hope you thought it was good.
They were great. They made me think. Honestly, you could be onto something here. Just having these questions, because they're fun to think about.
And then everyone's gonna talk about it. Everyone has their opinions and stuff. Yeah, but I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know if this thing ever goes big, dude. I don't know. I would just like to build a team, like, and somehow do like Pretty Lights content shit. I don't know. I mean, it would have to obviously get big, but like, I would love to, collab in some fashion in the future. Hell yeah, dude. All right. Well, yeah. Again, thanks for being on, and we'll definitely chat along the way. Definitely have fun in Vegas, in Chicago. Man, I'm bummed you won't be there, but maybe we'll be able to. Maybe I'll find your buddy, and we can give you a call during the set for something. Sure. Or I mean, even if you're with some friends and you want to get them on, just do some. Even if it's just a couple minutes, it'd just be funny stuff, I think. But yeah. So, all right. Well, that'll conclude this episode of Trip Through Time. I just want to thank Lance, aka Rustified Clips, for coming on. It's been fun. Been great getting to know you, dude. So appreciate you. Yeah, you too, man. Yeah. All right, man. Thanks, everybody. See you guys on the next one. Enjoy yourselves. Take care. See you safe. Yep. All right. Well, yeah, that'll do it, man. But yeah, again, thanks again, dude. Oh, yeah. That was great.
We're on a ship that flies and flies and flies.